Hello, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to more Overwatch news. Of course, a follow-up story on the whole Ellie situation. If you guys were here last week, we had the initial story itself, but several suspicions out there as to exactly who Ellie was. If you guys want a quick TLDR on the background of this, alleged female out there known as Ellie, apparently 17 years old, made a sharp rise in the North American rankings, eventually reaching rank 4, and was of course also signed an OWC team known as Second Wind. They came forward and announced her to the roster, and with that came, well, a whole hoax of things out there, especially with recent rumors out there. On top of that, in-game harassment, some threats, even a guy saying that he would actually dox Ellie once her full name was released when she did reach Contender Series. It was also Second Wind, though, within 2 weeks of signing her to the roster, also announcing she was stepping away from the team due to personal reasons, some unforeseen circumstances, but it was actually this past weekend. And the tip top of the story, guys, the climax of it all, Cloud9 Aspen clearing the air as to who exactly Ellie really was.
Ellie is not Ellie, okay? Ellie is not Ellie. The whole situation was meant to be, in a way, like a social experiment. Ellie is actually Punisher, and he told me yesterday. So, there you go. Hello, Reddit. Yeah, Ellie is Punisher. He did this for like a social experiment thing and did not expect it to get out of hand, so that's kind of the juice around that. That's all the juice.
And almost the worst part of the story, it does seem that Second Wind had actually fallen for the hoax altogether. It was the initial post by Justin Hughes, the team owner, saying they'd put Ellie on a pedestal. They'd met with her several times through personal messages as well as, of course, some voice calls as well. They truly believed that Ellie was the player she said she was, and you can't fully fault this team. It was actually Ellie who was going to be a substitute for their roster. They needed to sign someone very fast. They saw a rising female and also saw a spark and a chance to announce a female player to an OWC team, which we do not see very, very often. So you cannot fully blame these guys, but a lack of background checking, of course, led to this issue. So it does seem to be true, guys, confirmed by Slasher. They released several Discord messages of this Punisher character who allegedly had taken over Ellie's account. Ellie was just simply doing the voiceovers, doing the in-game calls for that character, and it's Punisher through several Discord messages confirming to other female players out there that he was indeed a Smurf on Ellie's account. Now, also on top of that, he reveals some very funny things about his experience faking being a girl, but also being a very good girl. I'll link those, and that sounded weird. He experienced some very weird treatments by other players out there, other streamers who thought he was a girl that was very good at the game. I will link those Slasher details down below for all of you. As always, great reporting by them. It just all in all seems to be a very sad, somber situation for the scene in terms of how people reacted on all sides of this. On top of that, though, Second Wind, of course, releasing their official statement on this, admitting they had fallen for the entire hoax. Like I said previously, personal messages as well as voice calls with Ellie did reveal this, and it also seems, according to Ellie and Punisher, they had no idea the joke would go this far. So I'm genuinely curious, what do you guys think about this? Who is at fault here? Is it the team's fault? Is it slightly Blizzard's fault? Is it Ellie and Punisher going too far? Or did you see it as a kind of a funny joke? I do think, though, of course, them seeing it would not go this far. Why do they even initially say or accept the invitation to this roster? They know it's going to cause trouble, but again, you also have to think about it as a 17-year-old girl, as Ellie allegedly is, being a part of this hoax with a top 500 player as Punisher. You might have seen, a bit of ignorance there, not knowing the full repercussions of their actions. As of right now, according to Blizzard, it is actually Blizzard management alongside Second Wind staff and players to meet about this and discuss a possible punishment for Punisher. But as always, I hope you guys all enjoyed a crazy story, of course, this past weekend in Overwatch, and certainly unprecedented in esports. We have not seen a story like this take off in terms of a female rise or a fake female rise in the scene. But I hope you guys all enjoy. As always, my name is Jake. I'll see you back here sometime soon, more Overwatch news and drama, and until then, I'll see you soon.